Let's talk about the DCEU.
Bad, worse, dear God, no, and
At its best, the DCEU is just okay to me, a 50%er. That's what I'd rate Wonder Woman. Man of Steel gets 25, Batman v Superman gets 3, Suicide Squad gets 3 also. I feel like these are equally bad. I can't choose between which is worse, Suicide Squad or Batman v Superman. Batman v Superman infuriates me and makes me want to murder puppies. Well, on the other hand, Suicide Squad confuses me. I have no idea what's going on, and it was fucking edited and scripted by a goddamn monkey. But at its best, the DCEU is still an F. I'm sorry, guys. I can't like Wonder Woman. There are just so many fucking problems with it. The Themyscira stuff is just a 20-minute long fucking exposition drone fest where they talk about how Ares was uber awesome god status and he could kill all the other gods, and even Zeus putting all of his power into his final strike only put Ares into banishment? How? I believe Ares could take out, a few gods, Dionysus, Aphrodite, maybe someone like Apollo, but you can't just sit here and tell me, oh yeah, Ares was totally able to take out Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades by himself. I believe it. In the faultless world of the DCEU, where Man of Steel has Superman destroying cities upon cities and actively bringing the fight to civilians. I mean, there's a scene where they were on the farm and he actually brought the Kryptonian fighters to a populated area. That's something a supervillain does. And in Batman v Superman, where the best part about the movie is Ben Affleck as Batman, yeah, you're all looking at it, oh man, Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman, he's gonna be awful. Did you guys see Daredevil? No, he was the best part of that movie. There's so many problems with it. Jesse Eisenberg. Fucking Henry Cavill is the most boring Superman ever. Gal Gadot's acting was horrible in that movie. Jesse Eisenberg again. Jesus Christ, I hated Jesse Eisenberg. He was playing the Riddler, or the Joker, or Roger Rabbit, just not Lex Luthor. I don't give a shit if he was Lex Luthor Jr. or whatever. He pissed in a jar and put it on a chick's desk. That is not something Lex Luthor would do. And then Suicide Squad. What happened in Suicide Squad? I want you to tell me any of the characters' personality traits. What made Slipknot different from Katana? What was Katana's introduction? She just shows up because who gives a shit? And in Wonder Woman, Ares just defeats all the gods and kills all of them without even... Also, Wonder Woman's mentor gets killed in like 5 minutes. They introduce a mentor, she trains Wonder Woman, but it's not like a Star Wars Episode 4 situation where the mentor is there through the entire movie, and then towards the end, they have to let go and accept the fact that their mentor will eventually die. The difference between Obi-Wan and... oh my god, I can't remember her name. Well, I want somebody, without looking it up, to go into the comments right now and even tell me what the name of Wonder Woman's mentor is. Because in that 3-hour movie, I kind of forget little details like that. Unless she's going to be important, I'm not going to remember her name. What was even the point of any of the Themyscira stuff? It's all so stupid. It's only there because it has to be there. Oh, the acting in those scenes is just terrible. The mentor is there for 5 minutes, okay? Obi-Wan and the chick from Wonder Woman, the difference is Obi-Wan's there through the whole movie. You connect to him. You remember his fucking name. She's just like, oh, I'll train you for like one little montage. Your mom's gonna get mad at me. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, whatever. I'm still gonna train your daughter to be a fighter, but whatever. I'll like not at all consider what you said to me. And then she dies. Just like that. She gets shot in the scene. By the way, what is Themyscira's defenses exactly? Like, I thought they were supposed to have a shield that kept out all outsiders. But no! No, they have like a flimsy fog. You can actually see Themyscira through the fog. Like, what's the point? If the fog isn't going to make it invisible, what's even the point of having it? You might as well just have it be open. And then the guard like sticks his hand through and the CGI just gets horrible. And then, all those Amazons that have impossibly badass stunts that literally no human could do unless you were goddamn Spider-Man. Bullets. I'll give the movie credit. At least it's realistic. Bullets kill things. It's not one of those things where the Amazons are uber badass status. The only person allowed to have that title is Ares. The stuff in the middle, it's good, okay? The fighting's good. Gal Gadot's tolerable, I guess. Chris Pine's Steve Trevor is a delight. All the side characters don't mean anything. The problem with doing a prequel movie is how am I supposed to get invested in the side characters when your movie takes place in World War I and I know they're not going to live to the sequel? What's the point? Why get invested in them? I can't care about their personality if I know they're not going to live. It's like asking me to care about the Howling Commandos inside of Captain America. You probably don't even know who those guys are because they're just guys. Whatever, they were in World War II. You know they're not going to be in the next Captain America movie. The only people that are important are Bucky, Cap, and, you know, that's the problem with making a movie that takes place during an origin story. You can't get invested in any of the characters. Well, that's like Peggy Carter, I guess, who came back in her own solo series. But besides that, it's hard to get invested in characters. And that's the problem with fucking Wonder Woman, is that even Steve Trevor just dies at the end. Yeah, by the way, spoiler alert. This is going to be full of spoilers. It's been long enough. If you haven't seen Wonder Woman, you're not going to see it. I'm doing this review of not just Wonder Woman, but my entire problem with the DCEU. Okay? And the ending. Okay, I have officially divided what I don't like about this movie. From the beginning of the movie to when Steve and Diana get on the boat. Horrible. Not needed. Unnecessary. Like, so unnecessary. I don't even give a shit if it establishes who she is. No. Not necessary. It's that unwatchable. So from when they leave on the boat to right when Ares is revealed, good stuff. For the most part. Still, it's hard to get invested in the characters. Gal Gadot's acting is weird, and I don't know why she's not played by someone who's Greek. If Themyscira is supposed to be nearby Greece, why aren't any of the people on the island Greek? Maybe they are, and I just didn't notice because Themyscira left so little impact on my mind. But Ares. Woo, woo. You know, I want to tell you something. I did not expect Ares to be the devil in this movie. And I don't give a shit how much people try to defend. Oh, Ares wasn't the devil. Ares was being Ares, the God of War. No! No, Ares doesn't hide in the shadow and pretend to be your friend. That's what he did in this movie. Hides in the shadows. Whispers dark secrets into the hearts of men and women. It's so stupid. Because that's not how Ares acts. If Ares is going to do something evil, he's going to make sure people know he's doing it. Ares is egotistical. Ares is a god of war. He is not a god of igniting the flames of war or whatever he does. Fucking a shadowy background character. It's like, good, do my bidding, Dr. Poison. By the way, Dr. Poison, infinitely more likable than Ares. Actually has a personality, has an original design, has an interesting gimmick with the whole poisons things. I wanted to know her backstory, but we're never going to know it because she's a World War I villain. And can't get invested in her, can't get invested in any of the stakes because we know Wonder Woman's going to live. Oh, gee, I wonder if Wonder Woman's going to live through the Wonder Woman movie. It's not like I literally saw it in the opening scene where she's in modern times. How am I supposed to get invested in the story when I know she's going to live? She has to win, or else she's not in Batman v Superman. She's not in the Justice League movie. She's not in anything. This movie is just, it's not as bad, but it's still bad. At its best, the DCEU is still bad. It's not good. Wonder Woman to me, not good. Sorry, I can't like it. The glaring plot holes and the glaring plot structure problems. Everyone's like, oh, just forget the villain. The villain doesn't matter. No, I hate Ares in that movie because if they just made Dr. Poison the main villain, all my problems would be gone. Like, have the movie be about Wonder Woman fighting on this adventure. She hears that she hears about this war going on. Is like, it has to be Ares. Ares is back. So she goes into time, finds the most evil person she can, and she kills him. Whatever his name was, Ludendorff or whatever. She kills Ludendorff after he does the whole, like, by the way, there, if you're saying Ares needs to be in it because, oh, we need to have a final boss for her to fight.
Why not just have Ludendorff, like, grab a bunch of the pills, just break them in his hand, just inhale all of them at once, so he becomes, like, a super awesome god and can go toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman. But then it starts to really drain him. He starts to, like, bleed from his nose, and it starts killing him. And then when he's finally wore down, Wonder Woman, like, straight up puts a sword in his chest. And then after Ludendorff is dead, she discovers there never was Ares. Ares died with all the other gods. Because, okay, the message of the movie is that evil will always exist, and you can't kill one person to get rid of all evil. See, the problem with that message is, it's a paradox. If you try to say that evil will always exist in men's hearts, and you cannot quell it by killing one person, you just have to fight what you can, but it will never be truly quelled, the existence of Ares literally disproves all of that. It can't be a matter of, oh, evil will always exist because there's no way to truly quell it. No. Can't have that. You can't have your cake and eat it too, okay? Ares' existence means that men don't decide their actions. People are whispered by devils, Ares in their ear to do evil actions. It makes me so infuriated. The message of the movie is disproved by the movie. You can't... I'm sorry to get so angry, but this movie has so many problems, and it had such a great villain. Just make Dr. Poison the villain. If you don't want Ludendorff to do all the pills, have Dr. Poison do it. After she kills Ludendorff, she's like, oh, there was no... Ares died with all the other gods. One, having that message, saying that Ares died with all the other gods, or he never even existed in the first place, that actually... You know what's funny? That actually works with the message you're trying to say. Because that means, oh, Ares never existed. Ares was just that, a myth. That means that men truly don't have some evil spirit talking to them and telling them to do evil actions. No, they make their own decisions, and there's no way to quell evil. But the problem is, if you have Ares exist, message is gone. Can't. Why didn't evil disperse entirely from Ares being killed? That's what should have happened. Ares is the reason evil exists. Kill him, boom, no more evil in the world. But, you know, I actually read Greek mythology, because that's the idea. Ares is the god of war. He makes people angry. Well, he's not the god of war, he's actually the god of conflict, but that's a pedantic conversation I don't want to get into. Anyways, he's the god of conflict. He's the reason people fight. In the original Greek legends, they tried to explain everything. Apollo is why the sun, well, as far as they thought, revolves around the earth. Artemis was the goddess of the moon. She's the reason the moon existed. Zeus is what called down lightning, so whenever there was thunderstorms, it was always Zeus's fault. And they blame people fighting over Ares. And the reason why people don't all just constantly have rage inside of them is because of the other gods that quell his conflict. So people still fight, but as long as there's the other gods like Aphrodite to make people not want to fight each other, it's always going to be even. But if Ares kills all the other gods, then why aren't people just complete savages? Even the Amazons should succumb to the savagery and just all start murdering each other. But what do I know? I think. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get like this. I know I should just relax and let Wonder Woman and her actions just sweep me up in the moment, but I can't. If the villain is bullshit and the message is bullshit, I can't get invested in the action. The action means nothing if there's no message behind it, if there's no story, if there's no idea, if there's no reason for why she's doing it. Yeah, you could say, oh, Wonder Woman slicing up all those Axis power guys was so cool. Yeah, I don't give a shit if the reason why she's doing it is other bullshit. And that is my review of Wonder Woman, and why I think the DCEU, as far as I'm concerned, still sucks. And it's always gonna suck. Till Justice League comes out. But I'm calling it right now. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be low rated. I bet it's gonna be really awful. Because, what I thought of Man of Steel? I was like, this looks like a good movie. Reinvention of Superman. You know I thought Batman v Superman? Okay, Man of Steel was bad, but this can't be any worse. It was worse. I was like, Suicide Squad? Oh, cool. An original concept. I'll watch that. It's actually got color in it instead of just gray, more gray, and more gray. And then Wonder Woman came out, and I'm like, I actually didn't but want to believe Wonder Woman was good. I'm like, this isn't going to be good. I'm going to go into this, and it's going to be bad like all the other movies. And it was bad! So I am going to say that when the Justice League movie comes out, it's going to suck. Because as far as I can tell, all these movies suck. All of them.